back. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Umama, and this is the pre iftar plug. We just finished conversation with Appa Fatima. It was a lovely conversation. I hope you guys were all listening actually. We spoke about all things Ramadan, getting to the spirit of Ramadan, and just finding easy hacks almost to include into your daily life so that it doesn't become too much for you. Now is a segment I'm very, very excited for. The first in studio with a guest for me, at least, and I am beyond excited. I'm a bit scared, and I think it makes two of us, right? I think it makes two of us. This segment is called Suhoor and Iftar, and joining me in studio today is someone I am personally very excited to talk to. He is a 20-year-old creator from Johannesburg, known on social media as the Buzzing Chef. With over 10,000 followers, he's built a platform sharing mouth-watering recipes, fun Ramadan menus, and honestly, personality that just makes you want to get up and cook. Right, so this Ramadan, he's been sharing daily iftar menus, suhoor ideas, and even selling baked goods for Eid. So watch out, guys. All while keeping a Gen Z vibe to it, right? Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the show. How are you feeling? No, it's like that. I think it's all about just like making noise and just having the time of your life. In the beginning, I used to sit with the script. I used to read a paper like this. I never used to stray from it. I never looked into the camera. I was so scared. But now I'm just like, so they're gonna watch and see me doing nonsense, and I just allow it, right? We have quite a bit of questions, so I'm gonna get right into them. So my first one is that you've built such a strong presence as the buzzing chef. Where did the name come from? I think I was like thinking in my mind, I said Bilal buzzing. I tried to make some kind of correction, and I'm not sure. So where did that name come from, and how did your food journey actually begin?
And I'm known for not being able to like sit in one spot. So I think being buzzing everywhere, buzzing chef. That's my fancy stuff. So that's what it is.
But I love that. I love
Yeah,
that.
I just thought of it one day.
Yeah. Okay. No, I think that it's such a it matches your
Yeah.
personality so much. When I first started in social media, and I decided that when I first started social media, and I decided that I'm gonna go as Umama Lu, I got people asking me if I was Chinese. I was like, guys, come on, man. I don't think I look Chinese. And then I had to tell them, my name is Mama Lu, and it's Mama Lu, and da da da. And now everybody calls me Lu, and it's become a very bad joke. And I'm not going to say it on air, but like if you know,
I
you know,
get
you
you.
get
I
me.
get you.
But moving on, moving on. And my next question for you is from a cooking perspective, what does Ramadan mean to you? Does it feel different being in the kitchen during this?
It really does because I feel like in Ramadan you focus on creating new things, you focus on creating wholesome meals. So at a perspective it does feel different. Time kind of goes with you, but you're under pressure at the same time, and it just creates this vibe where you want to keep on cooking and cooking. Some might differ with me,
Yes.
but for me I feel like I can be in the kitchen the whole day.
So you're the main cook in your house. Well, how does it go?
My mom does cook, but if I'm there, then like she doesn't have to worry.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, Bilal will take over shop. You
So
know?
so I'm assuming that at some point I'm going to be invited for at least one of these meals.
Yeah, the door's always open.
Perfect. When I come to your house, then you mustn't be surprised because I will be there, inshallah. My next question is, what's the biggest difference between cooking in Ramadan and outside?
So outside of Ramadan, food is food, right? And but in Ramadan, I think it comes down to intention and what you're cooking for, what's your purpose for. For me, it's I'm cooking for my family, my relatives, and they're gonna break their fast and enjoy this wholesome meal or whatever it is I make. And that kind of just makes me feel better about myself. That they after a whole day of not eating, like providing them with something. Yeah.
So is cooking like your love language, if you want to put it that way?
Definitely.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm coming to eat because if it's made with love, then it must be
Yeah.
so amazing. Um, my next one, which I have so much to say about this question, but I'll just get into it, is what's the most underrated suhoor meal that people should be making more?
So to be honest, like you see overnight oats, you see like they do it up tiramisu and whatever. Personally, I'm not a fan.
Yeah,
And I don't. If you've seen my latest post, I did post soji porridge.
I was gonna ask about that. Yeah, yeah,
That is, it's so powerful to eat at Seri because you can add anything to it, and it just keeps me full for the whole day.
yeah.
So I feel like that is really underrated, and I feel like people should be more open to trying it.
So
It's really
let's
nice.
explain that. It's soji and porridge. How did you put the two together? Explain like the flavor, everything about that for our
So
viewers.
think soji, like
Yeah,
with biryani, but now more rania,
yeah.
more milk, and then you can do it up. You can add oats in it. You could add panjiri. You could add tulbina, and I think that also makes it much more better because you bring a prophetic sunnah into it. So that kind of makes it nice. But you can just do it up, and it's so wholesome. My mom always says it tastes like a hug in a bowl.
Oh man, I love
And
that.
my aunt next door, every Ramadan, she knows that I need to make that for her because she only eats that for 30 days,
Yeah.
every single day for Seri. That's all she eats.
Wow.
So I
Okay.
send her a big 5 liter bucket of that.
So it must be very nice if she's having that every single
Yeah,
day.
I'm sure.
I think that the soji thing really caught me because anybody that knows me knows that the second that there's a wedding, I say I'm not going if there's no soji. Like I'm not going if there's no soji. I tell my mother every Friday you have to see what you're gonna do. There needs to be soji here.
Yeah.
And so now to have it, I don't think I've had it during Ramadan. So to have it for Siri sounds a bit lovely. So my next question is how do you balance keeping food cultural and traditional while giving it modern Gen Z?
So as a Gen Z, I feel like we appeal more to visuals rather than like a page of words. So, for example, I used a lot of my daddy's recipes on my page. So, I would take that, keep the flavors, keep like the balancing of ingredients, but plate it up in such a way that if someone my age has to see that, they'll be more keen on making it. Do
So
you get
is
what I'm
it no,
saying?
I get you. I'm thinking in my mind it's like taking a super traditional meal and giving it almost like a noble look.
Yes.
Something like that. Is
Yes.
that what we're
Yeah.
going for? All right. I have so much more to say, like I said, and we have so many other questions, but we're gonna go for a quick ad break and then we will be back.
Perfect.
Oh no? Okay, no ad break, guys. No ad break. We're continuing. Okay, so moving on. My next question is what's one dish you made that you personally loved and one dish that your followers absolutely
Okay, so my dish, it's very weird to people,
oh
but it's
man.
something my daddy made for me growing up.
Yeah.
So it's a base of curry. So chicken curry with no chicken or potato. And then you add in macaroni that's boiled
Okay.
and you top it off with dumplings. So normal like dumplings. And then you let the dumplings steam and then you eat that.
I'm trying to find I'm trying to find
So it's basically chicken curry mixed with macaroni,
yeah.
topped with dumplings, but it just tastes so nice.
Okay. Explain this to me more. Explain this to me more.
So it's literally just okay. Think chicken curry pasta.
Okay, okay, I see that. But now why the dumplings on top?
I don't know. My granny just did that growing up. So it's the normal dumplings, flour,
Yeah.
water, milk, and then you put it on top and let it steam. But as for my followers, I think it would be my aunt's chicken that I shared because that recipe got over 170,000 views.
Okay, so the people liked that
They
one, huh?
really loved it, and I think the feedback was amazing on
Yeah.
that recipe.
So, have you ever considered like doing catering and things like that?
I have been approached, but I'm not yet too keen on doing food. A few months ago, I did cater a wedding with baking.
Oh, okay.
That was the stressful. That I was in the pits.
What's so hard about was it maybe like the mass production or
So what happened was the cupcake somehow flopped, and then I got burnt with the oven tray. But you must remember, I'm one person doing it, so
Yeah.
I space myself out. But should the time get too busy, things fall out. I crash out, and I
Yeah.
just sit in. Then I black out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So if you had to have, let's say, like a Hamza the chef kind of team situation
yeah,
going on, that's something that you would consider.
yeah. I would. That is
Okay.
something I would consider.
I think you should. I'm telling you that you should consider it one day.
A lot of people have told me that.
Yeah, no, I think that it's such a nice thing because it's like a passion.
Yeah.
And I always I talk about this in the show all the time that take something that you like, just make money, guys. And I've had, I tell you, every business there ever was. When I was like, I don't know, 10, I think I sell burgers, and I forced whole street everybody to buy the burger, and I made so much of money. And
I'm
now I look
sure.
back, I don't think those burgers would really like. And then I don't know, I did everything, but it was just that I enjoy doing it. I made money from it, so it was something that I could, benefit from.
Yeah.
So inshallah, one day we'll
I
have you
mean,
back to talk about your catering company,
inshallah.
things like that. um so moving on, as a young male, sometimes I think being in a female dominated industry, it can be a bit hard, right? And you're doing home cooking, usually there's a taboo that like, why are you cooking? Why are you not cooking? And
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So how has that experience been for you, and how have you been able to, just cook in peace and not allow it to get to you?
So, okay, my food journey started, I think, when I was 6. So my mom always let me in the kitchen, let me do what I want, explore with anything. And then it went like carried on, but it got bigger when I was like 11 and 12. And that's when I started baking business. So
Yeah.
I've been selling since I was 11.
Okay, so you've got lots of
Yeah.
experience, Ma.
And being a male, it wasn't the easiest. And at the time I was attending a Muslim school. You would have thought that it would have been fine, but it
Okay, well, I
in
think of it as a very terrible thing. I've got something against Muslim schools. I apologize,
yeah,
you guys.
it in fact wasn't easy. Like,
Yeah.
with being in an Islamic school taught with principles of being kind,
Yeah.
you would expect the opposite. But
Yeah.
my parents and my family were never like close to it. They will always do what you want, you love what you do. And personally, I feel like the best chefs in the world are men. If you look at Gordon Ramsay, you look at Jamie Oliver, and I feel like as a man in general, you should not just be going to work alone. It also comes down to later when you're in marriage. If you can't cook, you can't do anything for yourself. Like, even I feel like nowadays, if you clean the table, it's an issue from people because you're a guy. You're supposed to sit and you're supposed to relax.
Don't even get me started with that. Don't even get me started with
So
that.
I feel like because I never gave up on it and I never feed into the negativity. I think that sort of helped. But there's always been the bigger crowd was always supportive and positive. Yeah, and my family mostly. They always like cheer me on, tell me to keep on doing what I'm doing.
I think having family that supports you is such an important thing,
Yeah,
because you can do the Lord's work, but if your family doesn't support you, it feels like you don't really, you're not
exactly.
doing, something as big as you are. And like I talk about everything on air, and I just like sometimes I say too much even, but like I always talk about how my family plays such a big role in even me sitting here today. And my mother likes to out me when I'm on air as well, and she always talks about we spoke about this in the last segment as well, that I used to do lots of speech contests and stuff like that. And they pushed me to keep doing speech contests, and they pushed me to like just talk and make noise. And now I'm sitting here hosting a show. So I think that, if it wasn't for them pushing me and,
Mm.
supporting my dream, that I wouldn't have been here. When I wrote my book, I went to my mother and said, "Oh, I'm writing a book." She was like, "Huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm writing a book. Like, why is that so surprising?" But she never told me like, "Oh, like, don't write a book," or stuff like that.
Yes.
They were so excited. My family was so excited, and they helped me through the entire dreadful journey of
Mm.
writing the book. And man, so grateful to you guys. His
No,
family.
family is everything. My mom always tells me that you can do what you want as long as you remember that you're Muslim, read the Salah,
Mm,
and so on. You
mm.
can do what you want. The world is your oyster.
Bilal's mother, shout out.
As for friends as well, my friends have been like my biggest support beam.
Yeah,
Like when it comes to my pop-ups, they helped me, they set up, they're like, can we work for you, can we help you?
yeah.
And yeah, so their support is really really nice as well.
Tell us more about these pop-ups. Tell us about the pop-ups.
So I held a pop-up last year. So my first pop-up was when I was 14,
Okay.
and I had another one just before COVID. So I think at 15 running a whole pop-up was insane, but it was beating the odds, it was defying all odds. And so that scarred me, and I was like, I'm not going to do that again. But last year, one of my friends, she also has a small business, and she said, let's pop up together.
Yeah.
So we did the pop-up. It was crazy,
Yeah.
but it was so worth it.
Yeah.
It
No,
was so
I know
worth
you
it.
sold out and things like that. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, I did. I could go on holiday and spend like wild card.
You are okay. Okay. So it went really, really
It
well.
went really well.
Alhamdulillah. I think that this is now, you can say, almost a stepping stone to the catering thing, starting
Inshallah.
off with the pop-ups and things like that, and it just shows that your community is for you as well.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. It's a small community. I come from Azadwell. Very small.
Side eye.
Some good, some not so good, but majority good.
Alhamdulillah.
The support is really good.
Yeah.
Like my parents' friends, especially, like they're so supportive. Like they'll message, they'll come through.
Yeah.
They're really so sweet.
No, that's I think the best thing is, like I said, family, community, and stuff like that. Just being behind you, because usually they use this when, like, they're talking about kids, like, it takes a village, but it takes a village for things like this as well. Because if no one was coming to buy it, then the pop up wouldn't have happened, kind of a
Exactly.
situation. So, alhamdulillah, and we're so grateful for all of the supporters and stuff like that that made this possible. Have you having so many of followers and being some social media mogul and everything like that.
Alhamdulillah.
So alhamdulillah. Now my next question is, what's one iftar memory that is from your childhood that shaped your love?
So that would definitely be my nanny's house, because we're so many. My mom has like there's 6 of them, 6 siblings, and I think we 10 grandkids.
Yeah.
And like we all just stuffed into that kitchen, and there's food flying for days. There's just food and food and food. And my nanny's house is known for food as well.
Yeah.
So I think seeing all of that, just being around food all the time. Yeah, my family loves food. Just by the way,
Yeah.
it's we like a family of food. If it's not my mom's side, it's my dad's side. Food is the center of everything. If the
Yeah.
food is not right, nothing will be right.
Everyone is mad.
Everyone
now.
is mad. Everyone's just mad. So I think that also just shaped, because they love food. They always like, no, make this for us. Keep on making this.
Yeah.
Especially my uncle.
Yeah.
He'll phone me and he'll be like, I'm craving for this. So don't you want to make this? He's my biggest hype.
Yeah.
He'll just spur me on, and I think I've been seeing him now for 2 weeks straight, and every single day he tells me, please open a bakery.
Yeah.
Please open a restaurant. Just leave what you're doing and just like do that. I'm telling you.
Because it's gonna do very well. I agree with
Inshallah.
him 100%. 100%. I think our stories are so similar in this aspect that my nanny's house is known for food.
Yeah.
And everybody, can we have your nanny's biryani? Like that's what she's known for. And every Ramadan I would go to her house, and we'd have iftar there. It was the halim. We're sitting with Sorry, we'll take the big bowls and sit with halim like this. And it's like these core memories now,
Yeah.
that we think of all the time that iftar in Ramadan was at her house, and it was all of us just on the floor, cramped up, and
It's just crazy and just screaming and talking, but somehow you get through the evening.
somehow, and then it was always, I don't read now, even you read now, like these were such good memories. Alhamdulillah. I think it's kind of sad that we're all big and old now, and we're not gonna have those memories back, but now we're creating new ones.
Inshallah. For us, it's still the same though. We still do
Yeah.
go there.
I think we all have moved. Everyone's moved away.
Yeah.
So when there's a meetup, when all of my cousins and my siblings are in Joburg, we all go mad. So and it's with lots and lots of food as well. So Alhamdulillah.
No,
Now
for us, we stuck in Azadville.
yeah,
Once you're there,
you don't
you
leave.
don't leave. And if you do leave, you take it with you.
Oh, why do you think there's artful elsewhere?
You will always have that person in you.
Oh no, I don't think that's a very good thing. Well, we're reaching the end of the segment, unfortunately. It's been absolutely amazing. But now we'll do a little bit of a rapid fire session. So, what's one must have on every iftar table?
Yogurt.
What?
It just tastes so nice.
Okay.
But it has to be leaven. Not
Oh,
just like Woolies yogurt or Chucky's yogurt. It has
yeah.
to be leaven. So you can feel like you sort of in Umrah, but
Just,
you're just at home in a
yeah.
depressing state. It's fine.
The one with the fix looks very nice the other day.
It was a new thing that I tried.
Yeah.
It was really, really nice.
Yeah.
Fix for 80 Rand, tough though.
But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next one is savory or sweet for suhoor.
Sweet because soji porridge.
Okay, answers the question.
You cannot eat savory things. No.
I like a good porridge, but like I feel like savory.
I could eat a Machacho's burger. I could.
I agree.
I
I
could.
agree. I could eat the
And
entire
people look
thing
at
for
me
suhoor.
like, are you crazy? I'm like, no, you need to eat.
I have days where I can have, last night's whole iftar, or I just give me a glass of water. I can't do
Yeah,
it.
I can do anything. I'm not
Yeah.
fussy.
I think that during Ramadan though, it becomes so hard for me because I don't want anything in the morning. It's the second I get into bed to go back to sleep. I'm like, shucks. That remember that it's in the fridge, and I go through like I don't even know what like emotional breakdowns. I've cried so many times just because I didn't have a sleep for suhoor. We don't talk about that. The next one is one ingredient you're obsessed with this Ramadan.
Saffron.
I mean,
Mm.
um,
My mom's not impressed though.
I mean,
Because I mean,
so
in a year, I think we went through 4 saffron. A teaspoon a day. It works. That's why people run for my food.
It's the saffron. Now you gave him the secret. What's wrong, man?
It just makes me wonder when I'm married, like, whose kitchen is it gonna be? Whose ingredients is it gonna be?
But unfortunately, we have come to the end of the segment now. It's been absolutely amazing, but you must think about that. Whose kitchen is it going to be?
Something to ponder on.
Something to definitely ponder on. But I'll be coming to all the houses for a meal, inshallah.
You're more than welcome.
And see how much saffron you put inside. That is the end of Suhoor and Iftar. Thank you so much for joining me. And for being our first guest in studio. It's been absolutely
been a pleasure.
Amazing. It's been so good. We're gonna go for a quick ad break and then we will be back with our next segment, which is a co-hosted segment actually. Assalamu alaikum.